ready your breeding substrate. So this is just a bunch of substrate that I've dumped back in that has been in a previous breeding tray. So I would say consistency wise on the moisture, you want a little more moist than potting soil when you first get it. So some of this over here is kind of okay on moisture, some of this is really dry, so I'm just going to add some water. I'm going to add some water in here, just really work it in. That's the thing with peat moss, it is somewhat difficult to get moisture into, but once it has it, it will hold it. So just like that. So somewhat moist. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Moist, but not to the point where you're going to have water sitting. And then your breeding tray like this. I just get it. You don't need it to fill it all the way up. That's too much. They'll kick it out because they're butt heads like that. So I like to do it just a little bit underneath the rim. Don't pack it down. You don't want it packed down. They won't be able to lay very well if you do. So I would say depth-wise, you're looking at 3/4 of an inch to an inch of depth. I don't know if you can tell there. I just stuck my finger in there. Doesn't have to be, like I said, all the way filled up to the top. That's not ideal. And make sure that you don't want it packed down like that. Make sure it's left a little bit fluffy. But really make sure that you have the moisture worked all the way through from top to bottom, especially with your first round of peat moss when it doesn't have any moisture in it at all. But that's the way you make a breeding tray.